Let's go and get some beef and make a beef ragu, slow cooked, 12 hours. Got some people coming over, friends, family, and it's going to be great, a great time. So I'm going to take you with me. We're going to go to the co-op. I'm not going to go to the co-op. We're going to go to the butcher, to the greengrocer. We're going to see how much we can buy locally, seasonally, as much as possible. But we will be going into the supermarket, and you can see the stark differences of the shopping experience between supermarkets and greengrocers and butchers and conversations with real people. So let's go. I've just bought a crappy little car so I can get around for a bit, and I'm loving life. Cheers, bye. Righto, let's hit the road. I do like to talk about engines and cars a little bit as well. We'll turn BBC Suffolk off there. So this is a 1.9 suction diesel Volkswagen Polo, 2003, and these engines, they go for apparently 250,000 miles. This is done 107. It's only got 64 brake horsepower, so it's supposed to feel quite slow, but it's actually quite nippy. She comes alive, boy. Okay, no key fob central locking, so you have to use the key. Old school is the best ways. Okay, I'm walking in the car park of a major supermarket conglomerate with major connections to many different pies and pockets of powerful people. But I'm going straight through to the Independents, but I won't be able to get everything in the Independents that I want, simply because I'm cooking an Italian dish in England. That's one, but that's what has been requested on the menu, so that's what they will get. Could do a beef stew. We've had stew the last 3-4 weeks, so we're going to mix it up. I wonder if no one really looks at you when you're filming. It's quite interesting. You'd feel like you look like a complete twat walking around the street with this stick poking out of your face, but actually quite inconspicuous, really. Now, I do love this little high street. There's not too much fast food on it. You've got your favourite Britain's tastiest chicken shop. The amount of omega-6 fats you're getting when you eat that. Grain-fed chicken, antibiotics, pumped chicken, wrapped in glyphosate wheat flour, breadcrumbs, or a batter, whatever they use, flour, glyphosate, all in there, and then deep fried in seed oil. Lovely. Well, we'll just pop into this little greengrocer, say hello to my mate John, see if he wants to be on the YouTube channel. Hi John.
Hello.
How are you? Not too bad, not too bad. Do you want to be on film?
Hey?
Do you want to be on the camera? I'm just doing a bit of a documentary.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so sort of showing what it's like shopping with local independent producers.
Are you really?
Yeah, do you mind being on the YouTube channel?
No,
Cool.
that's fine.
Well, it'd be good to ask you a couple of questions now, Ben.
Go on then.
So, what's your biggest challenge as an independent group? You've got a pigeon down there, look. Loving the bird seed. What's your biggest challenge as an independent greengrocer in England at the moment?
Obviously, is competing with supermarkets.
Yep.
And the situation is people buy online, got lazy. And that's the answer to it.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So supermarkets monopolising.
Yeah. And they'll control it, and at the end, their end game is obviously for everybody to disappear, and then they'll rise their prices.
Yeah.
That's what will happen.
When they can fully control their prices.
Everything, yeah. And control what they pay the farmers and everything else, which they do at the moment anyway.
So in a way, in a roundabout way, it's taking independence away from the working man.
Yeah, it's the same as what's happening with ordinary shops, with Amazon and people like them. They're controlling the markets. So once everybody disappears, who have you got left?
And then a good point as well, you think people have got a bit lazy and they order online, and
that's how it is, isn't it?
yeah, it is.
Because they're coming up in a different generation.
Yes.
They know no different.
Yes.
Right? And their personal time is what they want.
Yeah.
They don't want to be messing about in shops.
Yeah.
And so if you don't use them, the old saying goes, if you don't use it, you'll lose it.
Yeah, very true. And do you think maybe they've lost the knowledge of the value that it brings when you go out and walk around and get your food.
Well, they lose contact with people and they end up closing themselves in. So basically, they don't meet everybody. They're just in their own environment, and so people are actually retreating into their homes. You know, they're not actually mixing as a community. They might go out for coffee, maybe, but they're not actually mixing with other people in shops and such. Because when you go out for coffee, you don't mix with people who sit at the table.
You do, you do, and you don't really chat to the next door table. No, it's when you're in here. Oh, can I just get to the onions? Those little interactions.
And people meet people they know and things like that. It's a more of a community thing, and it depends on how they want to go forward with things.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting. So, how do you think we can change it?
The only way that you'll change it is by doing it yourself and making it happen. You've got to make the effort, otherwise it will disappear.
Yeah.
And it will.
Yeah. And if there's one thing you could say to the younger generation to inspire them to get out into these shops looking at your lovely produce, what would it be?
Motivate yourself.
Motivate yourself.
Yeah.
I like it. All right.
Yeah.
Power to you. Thanks, John. No, that's really good. I love that you've engaged, and I'll just do a little sweeping shot of the shop.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then people can have a
I
look.
know what you do up to, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, John.
That's fine, all right.
So John's got a really great selection. Fair enough, some of these things come from all over the world, but we just don't have the stock in England. We don't have the farmers growing locally. That's another point, actually, John. Can I ask you about that?
Yeah, certainly.
So how do you find, is it easy to get produce from England?
It depends on what's in season at the time, and depending, obviously, like everything else, is the quality of it.
Yeah.
And the fact being is, dare I say it, some of the farmers and the younger generation that are coming forward don't want to get out in the fields.
Yeah.
They don't want to because they're not hungry.
No.
And it's too hard work for a little return.
Yeah.
Where their parents would do it in the past, they'd be out in the fields cutting and doing whatever.
Yeah.
You understand that?
Yeah,
You've seen it.
Yeah, helping out. And,
Yeah. They
in.
don't want it. They want big machinery. Go in there, do it.
Yeah.
And not get involved in the dirt and the cold for the return they're getting.
Yes.
So that's why in other countries where they're behind us, right, and the economy is different, they're willing to go out there and work because they're hungry.
Yeah.
And they will do the job.
Yeah. And do you think they're a happier nation for doing that?
At the end of the day, if you think where you are now, right, the situation being is you're working with other people, you're hands-on, you're seeing what you're doing, you're seeing it grow, and you'll lose the art of actually being able to do it.
Yeah.
And that's where it seems to be going.
That's the scary part, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
and everything then, like with the Dutch people, don't get me wrong when I say this, but everything is grown in fluid.
yes, yeah,
All their tomatoes are grown in fluid.
really, yeah.
Yeah, if you go over there, the glass houses.
Hydroponics.
Yeah, that's right. You know what it is.
Yeah.
And so actually, it's and they're grown that way for the supermarkets, and they think it's for cleanliness. They trick the plants into growing by using lights nearly 24/7 because it gives it that situation.
Yeah. Crazy. It's a crazy world we're living in.
Very much so, sir.
Yeah.
And only the people in it can change it.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a marvellous job.
Thanks very much.
And really appreciate your shop.
That's fine, Ken.
All right. Cheers, John. Yeah.
Thank
See you soon. Bye. Interesting conversation there with John, the greengrocer. It's very hard for him to get locally grown produce because people just don't want to do it. And my initial thought is, it's the illusion of success, the illusion of being able to go halfway around the world, put your feet up on a beach, or retire early and do nothing. but then you just waste away. And it's that strive to want to do that, and a farmer is in a far better position to be able to do that with his land. He's got a lot of leverage, there's a lot of value on that land. So if someone comes along and says, look, I'll sell you this machine, it'll do it all for you, and you can have twice the time off. You know, before they were working 14 hours a day. With the rise of small machines and the loss of labour, the loss of lots of people in the fields helping hoe and plough, pick and whatever. It's an interesting one, the modern world, what it's doing. Anyway, here we go, this is the butcher. Let's get in here. Hi, I'm just doing a bit of YouTube filming. Do you mind if I film?
No, that's...
Just showing local independent producers.
Oh, right, okay.
Showing you in a good light.
Oh, and I didn't even put any makeup on.
You don't need makeup.
No, I certainly do.
You don't need makeup. It's all a cog.
My husband calls it wall paint.
Wall paint. Yeah, that's what it used to be, I'm sure. Wear your colours in battle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. 25, thank you.
I'll just film a bit of the process here, and
Okay.
some nice eggs here as well. Freezer full of meat.
Hi.
So I reserved some beef shin with
Oh, right,
Nigel,
yeah.
a couple of packs, because I'm making a bolognese ragu.
Yeah. Did you want me to dice it for you?
That would actually be really helpful. Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate that. What service?
There you go.
Lovely. That's a
Right,
nice big...
22.20.
Yep. What's that? Rolled sirloin.
That's rolled sirloin.
Used by the 4th of March. Why is that reduced?
Oh, we just managed to get it, you know, reduced, so we then give it to our customers.
And you could just slice that up into steaks and, yeah. 4th of March, that's quite a while away. I've got
Yeah.
lots of time. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's great. Much better service than the
There you go.
supermarket.
There you go.
It's nice to have a conversation with a real person. Okay, so that's the beef secured for the ragu. And now we'll go and have a chat with my other favourite greengrocer. This supermarket is riddled with shops and shops and shops and shops and shops and shops and shops, and 99% of it you don't need. It's Boots, which is pharmaceuticals for symptoms caused by ultra-processed food. Then it's shops selling ultra-processed food, pharmacies selling symptom-based medication for ultra-processed food, symptom-induced behaviours. Poundland selling plastic tat that disrupts your hormones, so then you're in Boots getting hormone blockers, and then you're in Specsavers because your eyesight's going because you're not getting enough vitamin A and retinol from liver from the butcher here, which no one's buying. And so when you really tear it down, all you need is these two greengrocers and the butcher. What else do you need? You need a couple of good pubs so people can have a nice chat with a nice ale. You've got your betting shop, pretty important. Obviously not promoting gambling. And then you've got a cinema there for entertainment. But other than that, all the rest of it's tat. Anyway, I shouldn't be so cynical. Here we go, here's my favourite greengrocer shop. Lovely blood oranges from Spain, medjool dates, medjool, mixed nuts, flowers, yellow plums. I'm going to grab some more of these plums. These are really good, from South Africa. So we've got some UK conference pears there. I wonder how ripe they are. See, that's what I love about being in the greengrocer. You can actually feel the ripeness, you can feel the fruit, you can talk to the producer, not the producer, but you can talk to the person that talks to the producer. Some lovely pickled things here. So I'll just grab a couple of these yellow plums. They're really, really nice. That feel good. They feel good. I just asked the greengrocer down there, John, what his biggest challenge was as a sort of local independent supplier, and I wondered if you might have some
It's footfall.
Trying to compete with
Supermarket prices, that's what John said. And he was saying as well, maybe the younger generation, he didn't want to be offensive, but they're a bit lazier these days, so they get their stuff delivered to them.
There's a lot of that. You know, these
Yeah.
housing estates really, although they're in Felixstowe, they don't shop in Felixstowe.
No.
You know, our customer base is our more mature customers who buy
Yeah.
what they're going to eat, and they don't just, oh well, I'll have a packet of carrots or
Yeah.
a packet of this.
Yeah.
They want one or two.
Yeah.
That's what they buy.
They buy with
But
intention.
it is definitely footfall. There's not really anything to draw people to the town. So many empty shops now.
Yeah, there is.
Factory shops going.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. I know my boss struggles really.
What do you think are the implications when a generation gets so disconnected from food like that?
Well, health, their health.
Health.
Because, they're not concentrating on what they're eating. They'll probably watch something on TV, think, oh, that looks nice, and then order it ready-made, not knowing what country it comes from, the air miles, all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it's definitely health,
Yeah.
Fast food is a killer, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
You look
it really
at
is.
Americans, because they just rely on
Fast
fast food.
I'll let this lady through because I want to get some onions actually and some tomatoes. So
Red or white?
I'm doing a bolognese ragu, so I'm thinking white. White, have you got some red for me? UK onions. UK onions. Yeah, baby. One large and one sort of medium. I think that'll be good. That'll be perfect. And then we want some garlic. Some garlic from China. I've got some organic garlic at home, so that's fine. And I'll probably get some fresh pasta from the supermarket. I'm gonna have to go to the supermarket. I don't want to, but I might have to. It's not easy, is it? Some lovely Dutch tomatoes. These are probably the hydroponically tomatoes that John was on about. That's great. It's nice big young coconuts. Look, it's got some really good produce in it. Young coconuts. You really, I mean, let's be honest, importing and exporting a bit of fruit and veg is not the worst thing in the world. We've been doing that with spices and trade for hundreds and thousands of years. That's not the problem here. It's when it's going through a factory and mixed into some sort of horrible product that causes awful symptoms that a pharmaceutical company can come along and patch up. But eating a tomato from Holland isn't the end of the world, guys. So get into your greengrocer. If it's not all UK produce, don't make a fuss and then revert back to a ham sandwich from Shell Garage. You don't need that in your life, trust me. A couple of red Thai chilies, a young coconut, and a Singo pear. Oh, look at that, a ya pear. I had a Singo pear from here the other day. They've got custard apples. These are £1 each. They're little diddy ones as well. Get some of these as well, please. Thank you very much. Thank you. Enjoy your meal, she says.
Well, you're having what's ragu.
Yeah. So I've got a big 1.5 kilo of beef shin. I'm going to slow cook it with those tomatoes, onions, garlic, tomato puree and herbs. Nothing fancy.
You don't slow cook it, or you do?
No, I'll just do it in a pot,
Yeah.
and then in the oven at 100 degrees. Leave it for sort of 6-7 hours and reheat it tomorrow. So it should be really good. I'm just keeping it really simple. Maybe a bit of red wine in there and
You're
herbs.
just eating for yourself? Or
No, not 1.5 kilos of beef.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, I've
What are you doing?
got people coming over tomorrow. I've got to go to the supermarket and get some fresh pasta, which is, I try to avoid the supermarkets
Yeah.
as much as possible, but sometimes you've got
So
to.
it might
You've got to.
help you, pay you to invest in the pasta maker.
That's what I should do next time. You're right.
Right, Colombo tomorrow.
Yeah, the Dutch ones.
It's a lot of money. We got them at South.
£8.80 a kilo. I thought they were
What's it say there?
£4.95 a kilo.
I've had a lot of this today because somebody else has been doing the prices, so don't worry about it.
Sorry about that.
Miscellaneous. What does it say there?
£4.95. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have got them if they were £8 a kilo.
£8.35.
Yes, that sounds much more quaffable for the bank. Yeah, no, that's fine. It keeps the mind sharp, when you don't just go to a supermarket and it's all set prices and then you're just autonomous and
Yeah, you just.
it's nice to be on your feet in the market, talking about price, sussing
I know
it
when
out.
My boss goes, he loves to go to London and get stuff. You can get some really good deals. That's the difference. He's got to go at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
But the prices are so much different.
So much difference, and it just keeps you sharp. Talking about price, talking about the produce.
Absolutely.
It's what life's all about. Thanks, Angie. Yeah, you too.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye. That's Angie done. So yeah, just going on that point again about that someone had priced it wrong in the shop, and that's okay. That's a human error. I do sometimes get paranoid and think they've bloody done that on purpose, so some people won't notice and some people don't notice and pay it, and that connects you to what you're doing, your financial situation. It makes you wake up when and it's not rude to question the price. It's not. It's confidence. It's independence. It's autonomy. And when you're in a supermarket and you're blindly, that's the price, I scan this in, I never have to question anything. And you know, some might say that's a good thing, but others, what are you losing in that process? Are you becoming a robot? And also, it's a sort of false sense of security because you so can trust the supermarket. The supermarket would never wrong-do you out of a couple of quid, but they might wrong-do you out of your health, is the sad fact. By marketing foods that shouldn't be eaten by man. Emulsifier-laden bread, industrially produced seed oils, high in omega-6 fats, which build your lipid profile from polyunsaturated fats. Look at this lovely scene. A couple of people, look, getting in around it. You see that scene? They were just choosing their fruit and veg, and she was holding the bag, and he was still, you know, he's on crutches, but he's getting around it. He's getting the potato in the bag. They've refused to be shipped, signed, sealed, delivered, losing all sense of freedom. They've said no to the clicks, the collects, and onward they march to the potato stall, to John the greengrocer, keeping John company. That's life's way of supporting people. That's a natural societal circle of comfort, which is very much lost when a big van turns up your door and knocks on your door. The food goes in your fridge. You work from home. You slip shit and bad at home, and it's all done at home. Anyway, is there anything else I need? I've got all the tomatoes, I've got onions, garlic, beef, fresh pasta. That's what we need. See how the tone changes? All the life is sucked out of the air into the giant's cave of goodies. Plastic packaging. Ferrero Rocher, straight in as you walk in. Ultra processed slop. Completely different energy, isn't it? All these drinks, deli meats, all sodium nitrite, ready meals, packaged, plastic. Completely different energy, isn't it? There's no colour. You feel physically locked away from the food. It is locked in plastic. You are locked in plastic. Wrapped, divided, sectioned, boxed. Anyway, where's the fresh pasta? In a plastic packet. I should make my own pasta. I should bloody do it, shouldn't I? Unhomogenised organic whole milk. That's pretty good, guys. I thought they also did unpasteurised. Pasteurised, yeah, it is pasteurised. They did do an unpasteurised one for a little bit. Look at this shite. High protein, low sugar, surreal. Ingredients: soya protein, tapioca starch, sunflower oil, sweeteners, erythritol, steviol, reduced fat cocoa powder. Removes all the nutritional benefits and minerals and vitamins that the cocoa contains. I wonder what they do with that. They remove the fat. I wonder what they sell, where they sell that cocoa fat, cocoa butter. They sell that to Mr. Green and Blacks, so he's now got some extra cocoa butter to make his chocolate. Pea protein concentrate, inulin, stabiliser, calcium carbonate, emulsifier, soy lecithin, natural flavourings, which could be millions and thousands of chemicals and processing aids. High protein, low sugar. It's healthy. Right, that's enough of that. Let's crack on. Processed slop. Here we go. Fresh pasta. Oh yeah, spaghetti. Fresh egg pasta. Let's get 2 of those. Kilo of pasta. Supermarket's good for some things, but most of it is marketing. Bullshit more. Look at this, just as you're leaving the slightly fresh stuff, and then you've got all that shit, all that shite. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. Just I can't not swear when I see it. Let's go and pay for this pasta. See, completely different experience. Completely different experience to the greengrocer. The greengrocer, it's hello, hi, how are you? Very well, conversation, where's this from? What are you doing here? What's the price of this? What's the price of that? Feel the fruit and veg, talk to the producers. We've got maple bacon coming in, great. And then you go to a supermarket, there's just no connection. Back to the polo. Starts first time, 60% of the time. I just realised I can do that. Whoa! See what BBC Suffolk's saying. He's gone down the wrong way. Okay, if you're watching from abroad, could there be a more British song that comes on? I mean, reaching out, touching me, touching you, sweet Caroline. I didn't actually check the ingredients of this pasta. Durum wheat, pasteurised egg, water. It's not the worst, guys. Okay, we're being realistic. It's impossible to fully avoid all the poisons, but just being a bit more simple in your life. You see what we're doing here, what we're building. And it wasn't that much longer, was it? I mean, very lucky in that high street to have the greengrocer, the butcher, and everything so close to the supermarket, because I do understand that there are certain things, I mean, maybe it's an illusion that we think we need from the supermarket, but I'm sure you could live quite happy lives if there was a decent dairy. So we need local dairies and your bakery. Fucking hell, I hate that song. No, I don't hate it. It's overplayed a bit, isn't it, boy? Now, I just want to be clear. The reason I'm driving a shitbox, you might see my follower account and say, bloody hell, he's got like 300,000 followers across 3 accounts. Okay, when you're doing what I do, you're quite limited to the brands you can work with, because once you see through it all, 90% of it is based on those crops or, you know, wheat flour, seed oils, products. So you can push an ultra processed product, you could push fast food chains or some sort of fragrance that's full of crap. You know, you quite quickly realize that most things are bullshit. So it's quite hard to work with brands. So, you know, I'm very selective about who I work with. And the money's not instant. It's a long, slow, burning game. And it's not about, that's what I'm not doing it for the money. You know, I've had really high paying jobs in the past where I've just chased the money and it's not fulfilling. So I want to, yes, be comfortable, but I don't mind driving around shit boxes. If I can get from A to B, as long as I can afford good food, that's all I want to do in life. And also be able to sleep at night knowing that the things that I'm saying, doing, selling, because essentially that's all work is. You're selling something. You either selling your service, what you're doing. Are you even stacking shelves in a supermarket? Are you stacking them the fastest? Are you making yourself the best employee to that thing? You're constantly selling what you're doing. Sales is everything. And so when you're pushing bad intentions, bad energies, bad morals on the universe around you, the universe responds, and you don't get extremely happy, I don't think. And that's why we have, you know, these midlife crises, maybe, who knows, because people hit a thing and they go, what the fuck have I been doing for the last 30 years? This is bullshit. So they buy a Porsche and divorce their wife. Anyway, I'm trying not to do that. I'm sure that day will come anyway. But let's go and make a ragu. That did cost quite a lot though, didn't it? That was 22 quid for the beef. That was 11 quid in the greengrocer. And then 5 quid on the pasta. So I spent about 35 quid. But there will be leftovers, I'm sure. I'm feeding 5 people. Small little independent producers like John has got a bit more in his pocket. What's not to like about that? Dog's already barking. Hello. Influencers are influencing the younger generation to go out, chat birds up, go and drink beers in Marbella. I'm influencing the younger generation to go out, chat up your greengrocer, chat up your butcher, chat up your baker, see the illusion, and in turn get free. Trust me, it all links. It's all. That was a bit David Brent, wasn't it? That's pretty good, I'd say. That's pretty good. Right. Let's make the beef ragu. This is going to be really quick, really easy, really simple. Firstly, take a nice big pot, having a bin at your workstation. That is probably the key to cooking. Putting you off cooking is when you chop up everything and you've got shit here and it goes all over the floor and you're trying to get it to the bin. Just get yourself like another pot, another pan, something to put the gubbins in, and it just diffuses any sort of mental angst and stress that you might have. Get this pan on, nice high heat. We've got some Hunter and Gather plug grass-fed beef tallow, which we are going to take a nice big generous dollop. And we just want to brown up our meat. A little bit of tomato puree here, perfect. A little bit of red wine left over, perfect. And then just go in with your beef. Nice big generous mould and salt. We want to get our onions and garlic chopped. That's browning beautifully. I'm not dicing the onion, I'm just doing a really simple slicing, and that way they peel a lot easier as well. Okay, that meat's done. We'll just transfer that tallow in there, and then in with your onions. Another pinch of salt, quite generous. Garlic, just roughly chop the garlic. Really doesn't need to be fancy. It's a slow cook. Everything just melts. Turn that heat right down. Slow everything down. That's the beauty of cooking. If it's getting a bit ahead of you, just turn the heat down, man. Just turn the heat down. You're in control. It's a bit like driving. The number one rule of driving, my mum told me, the car will never do anything that you don't tell it to do. It's the same with cooking. It's the same with everything in life that you can control. Right, last couple of tomatoes, and I think that'll be enough. Nice big pinch of salt and a nice crack of black pepper now. Mixed herbs and a little bit of Hunter and Gather bone broth powder. Really nice and rich collagen bovine beef broth. So now we'll just get those tomatoes, garlics, get them all introducing each other nicely. You can see that there. So whilst that's going, it smells really good. Okay, we're going to go back in with the meat. Bellissimo. Red wine. Probably this whole thing. Glass of red wine. Perfect. Tomato puree. Probably this whole thing. Tiny pinch of salt. Remember, we've got quite a lot of salt in there now. Always add salt after the slow cook. And just to finish it off, the acidity of the tomatoes. Don't use sugar, just use a little bit of honey. Tomatoes, they release their moisture. The red wine, there's so much moisture in there. We haven't put any water in. There's nearly moisture coming right up to the top. And as this slow cooks down, the meat's going to fall apart, the tomatoes are going to fall apart, the onions will dissolve, the garlic will dissolve, and it will just, you'll come to it and you'll just give it a stir and it will all just fall apart into this beautiful, rich ragu, ready for the pasta. Bit of cheese, bit of parmesan, bit of cheddar even, why not? It's a single ingredient, it's just milk and salt. A lot of this beef is grass-fed from this butcher as well, I have confirmed with Nigel. We're going to fill her up with some water. That's about right. Okay, now we'll clean up. We will revisit this once it's had about 7 to 8 hours to cook. And you can see how easy, quick, beautiful, slow food can be. And then tomorrow it's going to feed a lot of people. And it's very exciting. Stay tuned. Okay, let's have a look. It's been 6 or 7 hours now. Look at that, beautiful. Meat's falling apart. And I'm just going to leave the lid off now. And I'm going to cook it without the lid on for another 1 to 2 hours. Let it reduce down. The meat will go even more tender. But I'm really, really happy with that. Let's just give it a little try. Oh, that is perfect. So that's how easy it is, guys. Get out there, talk to your grocer, talk to your butcher, connect with food, cook simple, slow recipes. That's easier than putting something in the microwave. All it is time. Get the timing in your head. Educate yourselves on how to do it. It's easy once you know, and your health and everything else in life will be so much better. I promise you.